These are the tales and ramblings of two men, their dream of running a successful food truck business and life. We invite you along to join Josh and Skippy on this journey. This is Monday Morning Food Truck.
Okay. Good morning, Skippy.
Good morning.
Skippy sneezy.
I'm very sneezy. That's probably 12 so far, just this morning. Good morning, Joshua.
Hi, how are you?
Not high, and I'm congested. That's the word.
All right. Good.
Other than that, just great.
We've got a great show today. We are short a special guest, and Isaac was supposed to be joining us for the show today. He had to cancel this morning for a business emergency, and we'll let him tell that story. I think he's gonna be on next week, so had to push him back. But towards the end of the show, I think we're going to have on Sheldon. From the Food Truck Owners Expo. He wanted to hop back on. That starts in 2 weeks. 2 weeks today.
2 weeks
Looking
today.
forward to that.
But it was
So
2
around
weeks
10 o'clock.
2 weeks tomorrow, but 2 weeks tomorrow.
Well, I live 2 weeks today.
Oh, Tuesday, Wednesday.
Anyways. So yeah, he'll be on. I think I shot him all of the information this morning. I have not heard back from him, but I also know he's a time zone or two behind. So we're looking for him at 10 o'clock, hopefully. Other than that, we had awesome weeks, I'm guessing.
We had weeks. We had a week.
Full of hungry, busyness.
Full of piss and vinegar.
That is you every day. Good morning, Mark. How are you doing? Hello.
Is that Superstore Mark?
It's a Super Mark from the Superstore.
Super Mark.
Coming high off of a miraculous escape from the Packers yesterday.
Well,
trying to get beat by the Jags. Oh, Mark's in Kansas City. He's at the Royal.
yes.
Royal? You're at the Royal already?
Yes. Probably just went south.
All right.
Yeah, there's that whole thing going on.
There's that whole thing going on?
No, that whole thing, that Royal thing next weekend.
Oh.
Or this coming weekend, I should say.
Gotcha.
Whatever you want to call it.
He did a comp yesterday. How'd you do, Mark? I saw no post of trophies, so I'm assuming you did not win.
Was he at that Missouri comp?
I guess so.
He probably cooked with somebody. Anyway, it was calendar. It was light.
Light in customers or light in schedule?
Light in schedule.
Okay.
Yeah. Very light. Thursday. We start with Thursday.
Okay.
We did a little. Excuse me.
Thursday.
Yeah. Yep. I didn't
Good morning, friend.
They really do a lot on Friday or on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Mark finished 29th, by the way.
Good job, Mark.
682. Half a one in Michigan.
Solid 9th place. Ugh.
Well, considering first place was 705.
Hey, Josh, why don't you compete anymore? I don't know. 689 get you 20th place.
Exactly.
30th place.
Anyway, actually, I had some truck truck things I had to take care of. I had to obtain new tires, new shocks, and basically a new front end. Yep. A lot of things worn out. And then I found out that my my cruise control has been very intermittent lately. Well, basically since I bought the truck. And when I took it into to the dealership to get a recall, I said, I asked them about it. They're like, well, the module that does your adaptive cruise control is kind of rusted out and needs to be replaced. I'm like, oh, that can't be that much, right? No, $1,800. I'm like,
How old is your truck?
19. The problem is the guy who had
It's
it
a
before.
Ford.
That too, probably. But
Huh.
no, I love my Ford. The guy who had it probably plowed a lot, and it probably got rusted out because of plowing. That's why I had to replace a couple tie rods and ball
you plow
joints up
things
front.
enough, they get worn out.
They do.
Good morning, Bernie. Good morning, Fran. Good morning, Mark.
Good morning, everybody. Just good morning, everybody.
Mark was 6 points out of 12.
That's
I don't miss it at all. I don't miss that part of it at all.
Like, that's a score. I'll just say I'm out of 12. But he didn't do the double, so that's good. Or did he do a double? Because it was a double.
He just had to just had to prime the liver for this week. That's all.
True.
No, he did not do the double.
Good.
All right.
Doubles. So we did that. Didn't get the truck back until Wednesday. Just went shopping Wednesday. Thursday we had a catering at a local manufacturing plant that a local Republican congressman was coming to speak to. I find it good to make sure that you do events for each of the parties, so you're not so you can prove to them that all money is green. Because there was 2 food trucks there, and the other food truck posted that they were doing something that I just said thank you to the factory for inviting us. He said thank you to the factory and Republican so and so, and he just like a week ago posted that he met with the Democratic governors and has a Democratic political sign in his business front yard, and so just people are just giving him shit all over the place for it.
It's his choice, and you have to know in this time, in this day and age, that if you are going to pick a side.
Oh, I just heard a cough in the background. You got some kids home from school?
One.
Oh boy, put them to work.
Nope.
Friday we had a twofer. We did a lunch at the Chrysler Proving Grounds here in Chelsea.
Nice.
We did 36 tickets in 18 minutes, and then it was dead. Not dead, but it was okay. It was like steady.
Oh, I got dead for you when we get to my week.
And then I contacted a local distillery in town, and I said, "Hey, I'll be here until 2. Can I hop over to your place and set up by 4?" He's like, "No." I'm like, "Okay, 5?" Right. He's like, "No." He's like, "How about 6?" I'm like, "Yes." So
right.
Went home, half hour, put some meat on the smoker for the next day, and went back, did like 6 to 10, and it was not dead, but not busy by a long shot. Okay. And local high school football game was in town, and people probably not going out, even though it was nice. Saturday we did the Pause Parade. We had a Pause Parade was a good time. It was. I met a new customer. Let's see if I can pull it up here. Change that. Please hold.
Holding.
I hate Meta Business Suite. Okay. So, Here is my new favorite customer. Share. There we go. That is a great Dane named Gus. He's 4 years old.
Aww.
And just to give you an idea, I don't know how the hell do you get out of it now? What?
Stop sharing.
No, I'm trying to get out of this part. Oh, there we go. There's the X. This is him on the outside. So he is rather tall.
It's a good
Anyway,
boy.
he is a good boy. She was working for Chick-fil-A, and he was the cow that says "Eat more chicken."
Ah.
Anyway, I think he came in second.
No.
So that was dead. Didn't do very much there. Went home, watched the ugliness of a Michigan State football game. They didn't have a quarterback, and they still beat us.
Mm-hmm. I didn't watch any of it.
Good thing. You'd have lost brain cells.
It sounds like it happened exactly the way I thought it was probably going to happen, except for I had picked Michigan State to win.
I think most people did.
Two bad teams playing each other.
It was ugly.
Yeah.
It was just ugly.
I have no desire to watch Michigan football this year because it's just such an awful group of people.
Yeah, it's bad. I mean, it's just it's
there's
probably
just not enough talent on the team.
It's the first game I've watched either side, other than highlights, and yeah, it just wasn't good.
Yeah, Michigan does not have the talent right now, so
State should
definitely not a quarterback mark. I'm hoping they are quarterback shopping this off season.
Speaking of that, squirrel moment, the number 1 rated quarterback in the country out of this side of the state. High school. Huh. Bryce Underwood. He plays for a high school over on this side of the state. They were undefeated. Mm-hmm. Got beat by 1 point. Like just 1 point. Oh boy.
They were undefeated.
They were undefeated.
Mm-hmm. I don't think it's matter as in high schools.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to matter whether they got beat because he still had a killer game. Yeah. 6'4", 200-pound high school quarterback. I think he committed to LSU, even though Dave Portnoy is trying to get him to Michigan. Money travels. Mm-hmm. And then yesterday we did a local trunk or treat at a local high school. I was mesmerized by the amount of people that were at this trunk or treat. It was, I mean...
Man, trunk or treats are awesome.
2,000 maybe? Mm-hmm. Like, just unbelievable.
That's what we saw at the one we had last year.
I've been to a trunk or treat before, but I've been kind of secluded. Now they were all passing me to get into it. It was like a little line, which is whatever.
Did you have candy out?
Of course I did.
Good job.
I'm surprised I still had some left at the end of the day. It was only 185. And I ate 7 Reese's, but still.
There's plenty of popcorn bowls there.
Definitely plenty of popcorn bowls. I think I put it in a third steel pan. That's all I had. Couldn't find my Halloween decorations. Anyway, so we did like $1,000 in 2.5 hours, so that was good. Loaded mac and cheese was definitely the high seller, along with the Elvis. Our peanut butter sandwich just keeps going and going.
Good.
And that's it. I've got a catering tomorrow, and I don't know what else. As of right now, that's kind of it.
Excellent. Good.
Kind of it.
Huh? All right.
I got my 3-month doctor's appointment tomorrow.
Excellent. How are you feeling about that?
Fair. I've got good mobility. Still tight, but we're okay. So you said we're going to talk about dead. Let's talk about dead.
What are you talking about? Yeah, we had a decent-ish week. We continue to have catering about once a week, which helps. It was an interesting week. Okay, so Tuesday was slow, but not bad. We're hitting about 1,300, 1,400 right now for our big roadside days. Hitting a lot of our last places or places for the last time. Wednesday we had catering for Praxis Packaging in Grand Rapids. I don't know if I talked about this before, but leading up about a week ahead, she asked for our menu so she could have it translated for people. Chris was very much looking forward to this event.
I mean, Google works wonders.
I really wish we would have had our camera set up. We got there a little bit late. It would have been a really good streaming event. So it turns out they have 24 different languages in their office, in their factory, and 24. A lot of variations of different Asian languages. The event started, I think the first group of people was out there about 5 minutes before they were supposed to be. And there was about 8 Asian ladies yelling, or at least perceived yelling, talking very loudly in very broken English, trying to order something at Chris. Bless you. After about 3 minutes of Chris trying to figure out what it is they were trying or looking to point to, he looks over at me and says, "What do you want me to do?" I said, "Take their order." And the Asian ladies thought it was the most funniest thing in the world, and they're just laughing. I don't know if at Chris or with Chris or a little combination of both.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So I had sent Caleb out to try to do some pointing and figuring and see if he could bridge a gap a little bit. And then they finally had some translation help out there for us. And they apologized. They said that sometimes their staff gets out there before managers get out there. But once we had somebody out there to help mitigate and translate a little bit, it went pretty smooth. So yeah, it was a 3,400, 3,500 event. It was a weird day though. I mean, so 11 to, I think it was 10:30 to 1 was the first group. And then for the second group, they wanted us there 6:30 to 9 or something like that. Yeah. So we had this large gap in between. But yeah, it all worked out pretty good. Mark's sending me pictures at the spa. These cool little trophies. Mark sent me a picture of the Booby Coo trophy.
Oh yes.
Little skulls are cool. So yeah, that was our Wednesday. It was good. Nice to have that big bump and stuff. They said they will reach out to us again in the spring. Chris has already requested the day off. Hello, Pidge. Goodbye, Pidge. Skippy has left the building. I think he sneezed so hard he pooped. But kind of going on. Pretty much the rest of the week was some normal stuff. Thursday was a super slow day. I don't think we hit 1,000 that day. Don't think so. Nope, we did not. We only did about $600 that day. No, $800 that day, I think. On Thursday. Friday we were at Wiseman, and then a neighborhood in the evening. Neighborhood in the evening was horrendous, which is too bad. We've usually been pretty good out there. Lunch was even pretty slow at Wiseman that day. Ended up doing like 1,100 for the day. Okay. Even Deep Roots on Saturday was less than normal. We've been seeing 16, 17 out there pretty regularly. This was their last weekend open. Weather was pretty decent on Saturday here. It was chilly, but a good fall day. And
It
we only
was windy.
we were down $300-400 from what we normally do out there this year. We did have a wedding tasting out there while we were there, and they were super happy. It looks like we're going to be booking that wedding for next year. And then Sunday. Oh, Sundays. Trail Point has been slow. It's their slowest day of the week. We had started picking up pretty good in the spring once we got towards summer. And now that we're back on that downward swing, obviously it's slower. But I mean, I've been going out alone. We'd do eight to 1,000 for the day. It's fine. We make a few $100, call it good for the day, and keep trying to build that customer base out there. This Sunday, through 2.5 hours, I had taken 2 orders.
Ouch.
Yeah, which, I mean, I got to watch the Lions game, which, you know, when it's a blowout, I mean, lots of exciting plays. And this is kind of cool that to be a Lions fan right now, where this would be the highlight of the season, a game like that, you know? All right, look, they're turning the corner. We got some hope. Now it's like so boring. It's like,
yeah.
So, hello, Kill Phil, welcome, and Eddie, welcome. So yeah, I ended up. So there was I was expecting 4 o'clock to kind of be the turning point for the evening, which is usually when it starts to pick up there. But I mean, like even their inside and their patio was empty most of the day. We started getting some groups of people at like 5:30. Turns out there was a trunk or treat about a quarter mile down the road at one of the schools.
Oh.
So we ended up doing about the same as we did last week. So we were just $30 short of what we did last week, all in the last hour and a half. So,
well, that's good.
It was slow enough that I was getting to the point where I was going to shut down early. And as I started kind of cleaning up, just kind of slowly getting through some stuff and wrapping some stuff up, everybody came. So, glad it worked out that way. Got rid of most of the food, which is good. So, it was nice to have a Cubano, breaking out the panini for the day and munching on some Cubanos for the day. And yeah, not bad. It was not a bad week. It's slower than it has been, but I mean, each week is going to be a little bit slower than the week before right now. But yeah, we were right there close to break even for the week, or just above it. I mean, we're at the point where we're good. So yeah, this week should be interesting. I don't know what to expect. All of our locations this week are the last time we're there. So we should have a decent little bump from that. We have some catering on Wednesday evening. We're at Midwest on Thursday, which should be a banger of a day. And then we're doing something there, doing a neighborhood for trick-or-treating. No idea what to expect for that. And then, yeah, we have a wedding on Friday and back in Newego on Saturday. So, we should be ending October pretty hard, pretty strong. I think that we're going to end up about 10 grand above where we were for last October, which will put us about 30% up over last October, which is pretty awesome. And further notes, our Train commercial HVAC company over here, based out of here, we've done some stuff for them. Their staff is pretty good followers of ours. We get a lot of their staff. When we're at Wiseman, booked us for a gig for next Tuesday. Not next Tuesday, but the Tuesday following. I guess that would be next Tuesday. This Tuesday's tomorrow.
A week from Tuesday. How about that?
A week from tomorrow. And then they asked about if we could do 3 office parties for Christmas for them. I said, absolutely. Be happy to.
No.
So, huh?
Of course you said no.
Of course I
Unfortunately,
said no.
yeah, we're not
Yeah,
available. Not
we are
available.
100% available. So yeah, we're doing Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, the week before Christmas. And I just had somebody else reach out to me asking about that Friday of that week. So for a company party. So yeah, December is looking like it's going to be a banger too. Yeah, it's a.
Sure, that smoker is just going to love working in December.
It does fine. It has no problem.
I didn't say it doesn't. Just said I'm sure it's going to love it.
Not as much as I'm going to love it. So got to pay for the new smoker somehow.
True that.
So yeah, it's looking like, hey, spoons.
Spoons?
Make sure you follow us, spoons. Yeah.
Hi, spoons.
Guessing it hit spoons for you page because of Mark. So thanks, Mark, for listening in. Say hi to spoons. Assuming it's the same spoons. I'm guessing they're sitting next to each other.
Probably.
Yeah. So yeah, it's I think we're gonna hit 400. We should, unless something weird happens. But 400,000 should be we're about where we are for the year. So at least
Close to $500,000.
Yeah, we're at 370 right now. I think for the year. If I remember right. Let me look real quick. Where are we at here? 373, 997. So 374 right now. So yeah, it's we're up 16% year to year.
So I have some news.
You have news?
Yeah, because as far as our me taking time off and how that's done to our sales, whether we're going to hit our last year's sales or not.
Okay.
As of right today,
I'm trying to.
up. I am up 0.22%.
Yes. Good job, Skippy.
As of today. We actually did $6,000 more this October than we did last October.
That's awesome. Good job, bud.
So
how does the rest of your schedule this year compare to what it was last year?
Doesn't. As far as schedule goes, I don't remember
Are you thinking you're going to end up negative then?
I need like $9,000 more.
All right. But it sounds like you're pretty light though.
Please hold.
Okay, I'm sorry. Jeez.
Please hold.
This is a conversation we're supposed to be having. You can't just have me be quiet the whole time.
Please hold. It's not all Josh all the time. I have 2 events in November right now that'll definitely not equal $9,000. But last year I had last year I had 5.
Okay.
I had 5 events. One was a $1,500 catering that I already did this year. They booked it a month earlier. One's a car sale. I always go out day before Thanksgiving and do tacos at my local bar.
Mm-hmm.
I did a craft show and like a roadside. And that was pretty much it.
All right.
So it's definitely possible. Because we're gonna news on the cafe. The floor is done.
Did you pay for it?
No.
Nice.
The floor is done. It needs finishing work as far as we need to wax it, which I'll get somebody in there this week to do that. And then we need basically the electrical finished, as far as like it's roughed in right now, so it needs to be hooked into the box. And we need plumbing finished, which is also roughed in. We need that hooked up, and then a drain in the middle of the floor. And then I can get equipment in. Hopefully equipment will be in after World Foods. And might get this bitch open before December.
Nice.
And then I'll hopefully... So then December. So I was going over, because I do everything pretty much on a whim. No thought,
Yes.
no thought goes into anything whatsoever.
That is not true.
That is mostly true. I'm probably the biggest flip flopper in the world, and I get that.
No idea.
I was going over my head on, like, what is this actually going to cost me? And what's it going to... Were you messaging?
Mark said spoons are sitting right next to him.
Of
So
course.
they're sitting next to each other, both with their TikTok open, watching the podcast.
Well, we definitely appreciate you both.
Sure do.
Please go to the YouTube and subscribe.
Yeah, you could throw a couple likes on it while you're watching. Be fine.
Can they do roses or whatever, the send presents or whatever? Whatever the like thing is. Can they do something? Anyway. It'd be good to have Rich and Mark on there on the podcast one day.
Yeah.
Because I'd love to know, like, how since they provide wholesale discounts to, like, food trucks and restaurants and stuff like that. Can you stop moving your whatever you're moving, please? For the love of Jesus, stop. You're just moving your cup, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll stop moving.
You just moved. Seriously?
Sorry, I have 10 different screens to watch here for all our comments and things.
Cheers.
No.
Well, forget you. Yeah, what this whole cafe thing is going to cost me, like, monthly. Because now I got to accommodate for rent and things of that nature. So I was kind of going through rough numbers yesterday and vomited twice. And but we're going to get through it. We're going to do it. It's going to be great. Great. It's going to be.
Yep.
Great.
Bernie says, congrats to me. And also he says to you, to get that cafe opened, you can get $9,000 a week easy. So, and Fran says, yay!
First of all, not a week. Month would be nice, but not a week.
Mark says, 2 guys, 1 cup. And WTF. Okay.
It's early for Mark.
Bernie says, let's dissect those cafe numbers and make sure you have all your expenses listed.
Oh, boy.
Are you paying for utilities?
Half. Actually, no. I apologize. Only a third.
Okay.
Third utilities. I'm paying for half garbage because I'll probably have more than he does. The one concern I still have is outside lighting in the parking lot. I will not open until that's done because I don't think it's safe. And plus, nobody knows that we're going to be open because we can throw an open sign on there, but nobody will know. I'd love to get a smoker outside in the front of the building just so people can see
for
something
ambiance.
See something going on out there.
I'll sell you a really nice one.
Sure you will. It's $1,000 a month for rent.
Okay.
He's doing all the Wi-Fi and all that stuff. He's taking care of all that. I put like $1,000 a week for expenses, like for everything I need to serve food. And what else? Yeah, it basically I had to do to make sure the bills are paid and make sure payroll's paid. It's like $425 a day for 5 days. Like that's what I need to do, and I think that'll be when I'm out in Brooklyn. I do anywhere between 8 and 1,000 a day. So I did find out that the other place that I was looking at did get rented out, and it's being built into a pizza restaurant.
Okay. Bernie says insurance, permits, fire inspection, staffing. Are you actually doing payroll now, or going to be doing payroll for those?
Yes, once the people are in place, yes. Permits, I'm good. Health department, that's all I have to worry about. Which I've already submitted all the paperwork. They're just months behind. Fire inspection, don't need. We don't have a hood. We don't have any grease. We have an induction burner for noodles. Yeah, it's basically just supplies is the biggest thing. Supplies and payroll. I have a couple people that want to come work for me, which is good. But Jason, I will hit you up just to ask you about your building and see what I need, see what else I'm missing. Insurance, I need to look into. I haven't really dove into that yet on what I need versus, because I don't own the building. It's just renter's insurance basically. But is there a commercial renter's insurance policy? So yeah, so that's what we're working on. But like I said, I will not open until he puts a light out in the parking lot.
Excellent.
Hopefully.
Yeah. So I got my new cameras. We talked about those. EET, not EAT.
Yes, we had that discussion last week.
They are solid cameras. I talked to Nick and I chatted for a while yesterday. He was curious about them. I told him I kind of give him a full review-ish today, for as much as we used them. They're really solid cameras, and they seem to be pretty durable. The one has dropped a couple times, with no discernible problems that I've noticed. So yeah, we did live a couple times with them. The biggest problem we have, so we have 3 cameras. We were running 2 at a time. It's a lot of bandwidth. So we get to areas where our signal's not super great, using our hotspot. It definitely is going to disconnect, reconnect a ton. And if you're using it off a hotspot, you're going to want to make sure that you have a truly unlimited hotspot and not one that's going to throttle down after 4 gig a month or whatever. AT&T's hotspots do not throttle, so they are truly unlimited. I think the most we've put on our hotspot in a month right now is about 100 gig. And it seems to be doing okay. The problem is all the places that I think to bring the cameras are places that we don't have great cell service. So we're going to try to run them tomorrow. But yeah, the quality on the cameras is pretty awesome. Those watching the YouTube feed, the little insert, or not the YouTube feed, I'm sorry, the TikTok feed. There's our regular podcast feed, and there's another insert that has one of the e-meets on it. That I'm using. So the quality is way better than what is off my webcam, even my external webcam. Those also come with detachable Patel mics that are Bluetooth connected to each individual cameras. So yeah, and they clip right on. You can clip them right onto your shirt or somewhere else. They work really well. All the cameras are have a battery in them, so you can run off SD cards, or you can connect them right into your laptop and record that way, like we do for TikTok and stuff. But as of right now, they work really well. I was under the impression that you could connect via Bluetooth to your phone for like the TikTok app, and that does not seem to be a thing. Or at least I have not been able to figure out how to get it to work yet. So I can get the camera to connect, but I only pull through audio. I don't get any of the picture. So still working on that and working through that, but I think it'll work. Otherwise, I mean, using a laptop for TikTok streaming is not horrible. I'm already working on ways to be able to probably replace the laptop with a small desktop, a little square desktop that we can stash up in a corner somewhere and then run it to a monitor with a wireless keyboard on it. For when we get doing this more often. So yeah, we've had pretty consistent viewers for a lot of the time. We had somebody on one of our feeds for 8 hours, pretty much the whole time, which is weird. Bless you.
Thank you. I feel blessed.
So yeah, I recommend them if you guys are doing streaming or if you're just looking to do video for marketing or stuff like that. They're really good cameras. They're not cheap by any stretch. We got a 3-camera bundle with a travel case, and it came with 2 little tripods, 3 tripods actually. And I think we were about $600. So, in the grand scheme of things, not horribly priced. But yeah, if you're looking to make some marketing videos, it's not bad. Yeah, we look forward to playing with those more. I've played around with some like cooking demonstrations and stuff like that in the kitchen the last couple winters, and looking forward to kind of pushing that a little bit further. Being able to have the biggest problem was moving cameras while I'm doing it off of one camera, and then forgetting to move a camera, making sure that I'm inside of view. Being able to have multiple cameras around, kind of facing each direction, would make things a lot easier for that kind of thing. So, yeah, there's that. My other big recommendation for everybody is a book. So I listen to a lot of audiobooks during the season while I'm prepping stuff in the morning. Gary Vaynerchuk's been a big source of material for me. But I was rewatching The Bear again and seeing some of the books that are in the series, like Richie carrying around a book and stuff. So just kind of looking to see if they're real books and stuff. A big source of material for the show and inspiration for the show is a book called Unreasonable Hospitality. Those that you have watched the show, the Chicago pizza scene from Ever, the episode Forks, is a true story from the guy, the manager of the restaurants that is in the book. So it's all a true experience of 11 Madison Place, the restaurant in New York. The guy that ran it and then eventually ended up owning it. Are you sending me something? Did you dig me? Nope. Okay. Really, really solid book, and something I think high-end, high-functioning places of business all kind of strive for unreasonable hospitality. So no matter what field you're in, it applies. So,
Well, just the title, The Remarkable Power of Giving People More Than They Expect.
mm-hmm.
I like it.
So it's very much, Will Guidara owned a whole lot of restaurants through his career, managed a whole lot of restaurants, a whole lot of Michelin star restaurants. The only restaurant to go from 1 star to 3 stars in 1 year, Michelin stars, was the number 1 ranked restaurant in the world for a period. Yeah, they used to Google the people that made reservations ahead of time, print off pictures for them, so that when they walked in, they could call them by name for the reservation.
Wow.
They would Uber stock their coat check. They had no tickets. So they would, it's pretty crazy. So they would have your coat ready for you when you left your table and started walking towards the door. So just the communication between that staff and coach staff, and yeah, it's pretty remarkable the things that they were able to achieve. And it's what can you apply to a food truck? And I think there's a lot there that you can.
Yeah.
So
I
highlight.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, you first.
No, it said I'm on the Amazon listing, and it says features in FX or featured in FX's The Bear and
Mhm.
Showtime's Billions. Billions is one of my all-time favorite shows.
Oh yeah.
Love that show.
So yeah, I there was a couple books in there that I from the show that I saw, um,
Hmm.
that I picked up for audio, and
I like
yeah,
it.
this was a good listen. Probably one that I'll listen to a few times just to pick out what I missed. Um, yeah, really solid